Now, China's new energy vehicle ownership just exceeded 30 million units. In fact, the total number of units of new energy vehicle cars or ownership in China at this very moment, it is 31.4 million, accounting for 8.9% of all vehicle ownership. This is good news because the more this market grows, the more, of course, opportunities for EV stocks like NIO. I mean, the total number of cars in China on the road right now equates to around 353 million, and as it at this very moment, the new energy vehicle cars are 31 or are around 31.4 million, which obviously the more new energy vehicle cars sell their vehicles is the more the streets of China will be flooded by the new energy vehicle cars. And again, the more this market grows, the more companies like NIO will continue doing well, because they are the companies that are making people to feel at ease when they buy EV cars, whether be it NIO, Onvo, or not even NIO and Onvo, because you know that when it comes to the charging infrastructure, like I said on one of the videos I did today, that NIO's infrastructure is not only benefiting NIO and those that are obviously driving NIO cars or Onvo cars, but it is also benefiting all the other cars or new energy vehicle cars, because in fact most times or 80% of the time the cars that are charging onto NIO's charging infrastructure are non-NIO users. 20% of the time it's these are the NIO users, Onvo users utilizing NIO's charging infrastructure, but 80% of the time that the NIO chargers are being utilized, they are being utilized by people of other car brands, which is something that is, of course, shows you that NIO, it is indeed helping out there. NIO, it is indeed making a difference, and because of companies like NIO, this new energy vehicle market is going to continue growing. One thing that I'm liking in China is that other companies also are starting to take investing into infrastructure, charging infrastructure seriously, because as it stands, you know that NIO, for charging infrastructure, they are the company with the most charging infrastructure, with over 25,000 chargers. I think the second the second new energy vehicle company with most chargers, it's Tesla with like what 14,000 chargers, which again 12,000 chargers, which again that shows you that the kind of chargers that Tesla has, it's half of that. It's half the total number of chargers that NIO has, which is something that obviously shows you the progress that NIO has made. So the new energy vehicle market, the more it grows, the more it will be good for everyone. 31.4 million is the total ownership of new energy vehicle cars, which this figure is good. You know that the penetration rate for new energy vehicle cars for the year 2024 against the obviously gas cars was at 40.9%, meaning that based on the sales generated last year for all cars in China, 40.9% of those car sales were new energy vehicle cars, which that is good news, and it shows you the positive future or the positive sentiment when you look into EV stocks like NIO. That makes me to be really excited, because the penetration rate will continue. As the penetration rate continues to grow, companies like NIO will continue to do very well, and this is something that obviously we look forward to more growth. We look forward to NIO continuing to do very well. I mean, not only is NIO serious about selling their cars, but they are also serious when it comes to infrastructure, deployment of their infrastructure, which is not only charging infrastructure like what most new energy vehicle companies are also deploying on the side, but we've got battery swapping technology, which that makes a difference. That's what makes NIO differ from the other EV competitors, because no EV company globally is deploying this, and this is just something that gives NIO a competitive advantage when you compare it with other EV companies. I mean, right now, even in China, there are still people that are fascinated about this kind of technology that NIO is doing, that is battery swapping station, because, I mean, you cannot just, I mean, there is a video that was trending on the streets of social media today of even some of the Chinese top guys watching, observing as NEO battery swapping was performing a battery swap, which is something that shows you that they are still fascinated about the breakthroughs, the technology that NEO has managed to achieve from battery swapping stations, which is something that is great, something that makes me to believe that indeed we shall be rewarded, because the kind of technology that NEO is building is doing, it's so complicated, it's so complex for other EV companies. I mean, this is one thing that one of the senior, of course, business consultants said last week, and that is because of these complicated solutions or complicated technology that NEO is deploying, it will make them to stand out, it will make them to win, it will make them to do well in the future, which is something that is great, something that makes me to just want to load the boat onto NEO, because I know one thing, and that is the blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will be the one to be rewarded. Don't listen to the naysayers, don't listen to the short sellers. They will tell you sell NEO. They will tell you NEO is not going anywhere. They will tell you XPeng is better than NEO, Xiaomi is better than NEO, Zika is better than NEO. But at the end of the day, you and me, or those that have been watching the videos I post on a day-to-day here, you will know that those companies are nowhere close to where NEO is. Not only about just selling cars, but about the technology in the NEO cars, about the infrastructure that NEO is deploying. We know that no EV car is very close to where NEO is, and therefore it gives NEO a competitive advantage, and it therefore signals to us that we are in the right stock. We shall be rewarded in the long term, and hopefully, like I said in the previous video, today we finish on the green, especially knowing that even the Chinese economy is performing way better than what so many analysts expected. I spoke about GDP figures in the previous video, saying that because of that we could see obviously the market sentiment of Chinese equities changing, which of course this change will be so great on EV stocks like NEO. And boy, I must say, I'm looking forward. I cannot wait to see, or to get to the point, Q4, where NEO is going to report their very first quarterly profit ever since their existence, which will be so great. And as investors, we look forward to that. So yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited. Blue sky is coming. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. I know share price wise it might not be trading where we want it to, but in the long term we shall be rewarded. Blue sky will come. I'll see you on my next video, man, and God bless you all.